about to undertake a significant piece of software development in some very tight timescales, and we had to increase the capacity of our development operation very quickly. So we looked at different options about whether we could source that internally. We've used some outsourcing before, and we obviously needed to have a cost-effective solution.
Primarily, video conferencing suite is essential to us. We have a sort of agile process for our development, so we have morning sprint meetings just to check on the progress of the tasks in the backlog, see if we're overrunning on estimates, so we can check their understanding, etc. So that's one of the good things that we've got. We also use the video conferencing suite for our design and pre-implementation stage. So we'll done the design and the technical specification for a particular product feature or module, and we'll sit the guys down in our office and in Minsk over the VC and actually go through that specification, talk about the design of the interface, and at that point we then engage with them to say, you know, is this technically the best way we can do this piece of work? And it's there for bouncing around ideas really, and it's something that you don't get with, say, an offshore model where you do the specification and it goes over the wall, they build it and it comes back. It's helpful really to try and cut down on the amount of rework, or trying to clarify any issues up front as opposed to as we go through.
The concept of having competitively priced nearshore resources, but actually we meet every day over the video conferencing which is supplied by your company. That felt like a good compromise between having the control of a complete in-house team, which we needed to make bigger, and an offshoring or outsourcing option.
They do, they've grown into it. I think at the start it was a little strange. We set the project up and we were running in parallel with different modules. So we had our in-house team looking at one aspect and the nearshore, your team looking at another aspect. And that didn't work as well. There wasn't that engagement. They felt like two disparate teams. So when we looked at later modules, we restructured it so we have both sort of development team members doing one sort of module, and that has worked really well. It's given the sort of the day-to-day contact, and they are part of a team now, so they will exchange ideas outside of an internal environment, which is what they tended to be doing at the first sort of part of the project. So yeah, and they like to use the VC, and having things like instant messenger is great for keeping that communication up. Adopting a nearshore approach as opposed to an offshore has many advantages. You've got a lot more contact. It's a lot easier to actually sit and talk to the guys over a VC, and actually their involvement in the process is a lot more. It's like I said previously, it's not a case of doing a design specification and all the technical aspects of that and passing it via an email to somebody and then developing it completely in isolation from the rest of the team. It's essential to have that buy-in and that engagement, and actually have somebody there who is involved in the process. It helps you develop the application in a nicer way. You've got other people contributing to the design, and they're giving their experience of both the sort of the components that we use and experience from building other models.
I think flexibility in terms of the model, friendliness in terms of the relationship, and cost effectiveness in terms of the actual cost of delivery.